Goeiedag en hartlik welkom by episode 136 van AgriMonitor. Ek is Elvira Hatting en ek kuier saam met julle in hierdie landbou-uitsending. Nou ja, Namibië dan nou so onverwags in die greep van 'n koue front wat hier en daar dan nou 'n bietjie reën ook bring, wat dan nou natuurlik altyd welkom is. In vandag se AgriMonitor kyk ons dan nou na sake van die veterinêre kordonheining. Nou in die eerste video is dit die Voedsel-organisasie wat nou vir ons direktoraat van veeartsenydienste 'n voertuig geskenk het as ook oorplaatjies. Nou ja, natuurlik lekker moderne oorplaatjies wat dan nou hulle werk goed sal doen. Dan nou ook in die tweede video kyk ons na 'n byeenkoms van die veterinêre owerhede van Namibië, spesifiek Dr. Albertina Shilongu, wat dan nou ontmoet het met buurlande soos Zimbabwe, Angola en Botswana. Die ontmoeting was dan nou die afgelope week by Katima Mulilo en hulle het bespreek oor hoe oorgrens siektes en die verspreiding van siektes en beweging van vee dan nou beter beheer kan word en hoe 'n strategie dan nou dalk byeengesit kan word om hierdie dinge beter te beheer. Nou ja, dankie vir die saamkuier, bly ingeskakel.
Kom jongen! Die sak is nie, die vrou nie.
Jy ben, en het jy 'n pappa? Is hy baie sterk?
Ja, baie.
Baie sterk. Wat kan jou pappa alles doen?
Pak jy nou?
Sê, my papa kan.
Funding facility and the risk aspects that are related to the potato production is also
Thank you very much.
Shaking hands.
Thank you very much
Yeah.
for the donation. It's very much appreciated. We are going to make good use of this equipment in the car to improve animal health in the northern communal area of Namibia, so that our farmers can also have access to lucrative markets. Thank you very much.
To join you here today in the spirit of partnership as we yet again witness the long-standing and fruitful collaboration between FAO and the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform. As you may recall, and as you correctly stated, there was an outbreak of contagious bovine pleuropneumonia which was detected on the 28th of February 2022 by the Direktoraat of Veterinary Services at the Kamangoro and Musese constituency in Kavango West, and which then spread to other regions, Wangwena and Oshkoto. And after that, the ministry contacted FAO for support, technical support, in order to support government control the outbreak of this disease. And FAO quickly mobilized resources to the tune of $500,000 to support the ministry. The CBPP outbreak came just as the country was commencing recovery from the devastating socio-economic impacts brought about by COVID-19, and thus threatened to exacerbate the economic situation of the affected communities. This escalating threats demands that we act without delay to save guard life, transform our agri-food system to future-proof our community food security and lock in sustainable outcomes. It was thus imperative for FAO to support the noble efforts of government by strengthening DVS capacity with these material donations that we are handing over today, and to further strengthen the capacity of the ministry to control, for surveillance and control in future, not just for this CBPP, but similarly for other animal disease. Ladies and gentlemen, the Toyota double cab vehicle and cattle radio frequency identification ear tags that we are handing over to the ministry today is part of our joint collaborative project titled Emergency Technical Support to Control the Spread of Contagious Bovine Pleuropneumonia in Namibia. And I would like to commend Dr. Shilongo with her team and my colleague Eugene from FAO for working quickly to put together a project proposal in order to support the government. It was something that was done quickly, but some quality work was put into the project proposal, and this was immediately approved by FAO. This project aims to support to
this very important event for the handing over of a vehicle and ear tags in support to the Directorate of Veterinary Service in fighting contagious bovine pneumonia in Namibia. I just want to thank or to welcome Mr. Ferdinand and our colleagues, our former colleagues, Eugene Kangachibi. You are most welcome at the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, and we really appreciate the gesture from FAO, and this is a demonstration that we have partners as the Ministry of Agriculture, and in particular the Directorate of Veterinary Service, in the fight to improve animal health in the country. We have partners like FAO who can actually who are there for us to assist us when we have disease outbreak, like the outbreak that was detected in Kavango West, and then in 2022, and it spread to two other regions, which is Ohangwena and Oshikoto, and then FAO came on board to assist us to fight the disease, and today is a demonstration of the support that we are getting from FAO. Help us for our technician and veterinarian to be able to also train the farmers so that they can identify the clinical signs of the disease, so that, and then they report veterinary service early for early detection and response. The CBP is not a disease that is endemic in the northern Comuna area, but we experience sporadic outbreaks because of the cross-border movement. When our animals goes for grazing in Angola and the disease is endemic in Angola, when farmers bring those animals back, then we experience disease outbreak occasionally. So that's why we have to educate our farmers and the public about the disease, so that they can also to make them aware that the Directorate of Veterinary Service is vaccinating every year all the cattle from Kunene to Zambezi against contagious bovine pneumonia. And all what we ask from the farmer is to bring their cattle to the crash pen for vaccination when the program is announced by the Directorate of Veterinary Service. We are so happy that we are receiving ear tags, because these are valuable items that we are using for animal identification, traceability of the animals. And it's helping us with also disease control. We can trace animals in case of outbreak like CBP, We can trace movement of animals. If there was any animal that came from the foci or from the area where the disease was detected and moved to another area, we can then trace them through movement control, through animal identification traceability. Yeah, using the NAMLIS system. So these are very much, this item are very much appreciated by the Directorate of Veterinary Service, and the farmers will be very much happy to have their animal tagged. Thank you very much.
Did you know you can buy a new or second-hand vehicle such as light delivery vans, trailers, small trucks and tractors for agricultural use? The repayment period for these vehicles ranges between 5 and 10 years. Contact your nearest AgriBank branch or visit our website at www.agribank.com.na for more information about this loan product. You can also visit us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and YouTube. AgriBank, your all-season bank.
Glad that it has become a reality we're meeting today after such efforts. As Zambia, actually, we really support the meeting, the cross-border harmonization meetings. As you are aware, we are sitting in a very difficult position as a country. We are actually your buffer in the southern region. We have contact with East Africa, we have a contact with the Congo. So if we do not put our house in order as a country, you are all in danger. We really need your support. We need to work together so that we move as a team. Just arising from the challenge that we face as a country from the positional wise of the country, we have quite a lot of transboundary animal disease threats that we get. Some of them, they become a reality, they cross over. As you will see later on when we present the country situation on the diseases. Some of them, we manage to control them before they get into our country. As you are aware, we had a very big challenge of the type O FMD disease from 2016 to, I would say, we still have that challenge, though it's now very minimized and we were able to control it the moment it shows its face because of the efforts that we put in as a country. It was really a costly exercise that we embarked on to vaccinate over 4 million cattle with a bivalent and a monovalent vaccine. Was not an easy exercise. It was quite expensive, and it's still quite expensive because we put up a schedule that we have to follow. Although I think one of the key issues we will raise here as Zambia is the challenge of getting the vaccine from the manufacturer in the region. I think this has become a challenge for us as a country. We also are aware of the AI situation in Southern Africa, and this has brought pressure on the veterinary services because sometimes we are faced with the demand to keep open to traditional sources of commodities despite the problems that we face. We've never recorded AI in our country. We have searched for it and we've never found it. And therefore, this pressure which is maintained is for breeding stock from within the region, from those companies that have way established and are established in our country, and they've been getting the breeding stock from some of the countries that are affected with AI, have really posed a challenge to the veterinary services. But we think we've put our foot down and said we're not going to allow importation from AI challenged countries. This is not sitting well with some of our clients, but sometimes you have to be unpopular to save your country. We have a challenge at the moment, actually, which has really taken us aback where this has been, that of rabies. We have an upswing of rabies cases in the country, which are not they're actually widely distributed and not regional perspective, in regional perspective.
Home, I'm sure you've heard that we've inherited quite a large number of buffalo, which we are very, very thankful from our neighbors. They're high commodity animal, higher value animals, but unfortunately, they are associated with the dreaded foot and mouth, and when they do occur in your free zones, it's akin to having an FMD outbreak. So we really have to respond that, and that has kind of taken away some of the people I would have wanted to be here. Colleagues, our mandate is to promote animal health, is to promote safe trade, to develop our people, but we have to be very, very faithful to standards, as I've said. And at this point, I just want to recall that the threat of transboundary diseases is increasing. It's not just foot and mouth, it's not just CBPP, it's not just PPR, but it's also other diseases because of climate change. We are getting changing abundances in ticks. We are seeing for the first time bovine dermatophylosis happening in the Okavango Delta. Never seen it, but we are seeing it. So we need to respond to these things. We need to share knowledge. We need to share information. And like my director said, we are alarmed about avian influenza. And here I just want to say, South Africa is reporting. Maybe we should be alarmed about the rest of us who are probably not reporting. This is the issue. Somebody reports, faithfully reports, and we are alarmed that there is a concern there. What is happening in Botswana? Do you have avian influenza in wild birds or in poultry? Do you have enough information to say we don't have it, we are worried about South Africa? So here I really challenge all of us, because Africa is what's the correct word? I don't want to say dark, but there are a lot of unknowns. We don't have information. So how are we going to do our surveillance? How are we going to choose the right vaccines? So we really have to work on this, use this forum to up our game on surveillance so that we can inform our decision making. So yes, we are worried about avian influenza. I was talking with the director here yesterday, a couple of days ago, that it's worrying. It's not in the wild birds. It's in the commercial sector. It's in the layers. It's in their primary flocks. Do we continue importing from those so-called compartments? It's a serious issue. But once again, we have to introspect and say, do we have enough information about ourselves? I want to take this moment, Madam Chair, just to update you about what we are doing in Botswana. Just the recent developments. I'm sure you would know that by now that we had an outbreak in our free zones.
The Namibian people that are living in the Northern Commoner area, they put pressure on the current government to remove the restriction, the movement restriction of this veterinary cordon fence. They are saying Namibia is now independent for 33 years, but we are still, the country is still divided by a veterinary cordon fence. As a veterinarian, we are looking at this fence as a veterinary cordon fence, but other people think political wise. As a result, in 2010, Namibia developed a policy, or launched a policy, for eradication of transboundary animal disease in the Northern Commoner area. And this policy was endorsed by the Cabinet of the Republic of Namibia. And then in 2012, a strategy and implementation plan for achieving freedom from FMD and CBVP in the Northern Commoner area was launched by the government of Namibia. And this same strategy was presented by the Directorate of Veterinary Service to the World Organization for Animal Health for endorsement of the official control program. And this was granted in 2015 by the WOA. We are now implementing those two control programs. For the purpose of achieving disease freedom in the northern communal area of Namibia. However, we realize that it is not possible to achieve disease freedom as a country without the involvement or collaboration between us and our neighboring countries. And Namibia also have an official control program, a rabies official control program that was endorsed by WOA in 2021. This is also for us to implement this official control program with the objective of eliminating dog-mediated rabies so that we reduce human death because of rabies, especially in the northern communal area of Namibia, where the disease is regarded as endemic. And most of the death that we have experienced because of rabies is mainly children less than 15 years because of their love for the dogs as their pets or companion animals. So it is for this reason, colleagues, that we have called this meeting so that we discuss as a sub-region how and strategize on how can we work together to achieve freedom, especially from contagious bovine pneumonia and others transboundary animal diseases. I am very happy that my colleagues, the chief veterinary officers of Angola, Botswana, Zambia and Zimbabwe have accepted the invitation to attend this meeting without hesitation. And I'm very happy to see you and your delegation today here in Katima Mulilo. And I hope we are going to have a very productive meeting, because our people, our farmers, rely on us for us to improve animal health in the sub-region and also promote safe trade in animal products. It is only through disease freedom that we can trade as a sub-region, and also so that our farmer can have market access, also not only in the region, in the sub-region or in Africa, but also in the world, in the lucrative market elsewhere. If we don't help or if we don't improve animal health situation in our sub-region, we may become irrelevant as veterinarians, because the politicians, they want to make the farmers and the public happy.
Vandeesweek se veilings lyk dan soos volg. Op 26 September het Agri veilings op Okahanya en Namatubis, Karoo Oesh op Onderskeye. Die WLA het 'n kleinvee veiling op Rielbot. Op 27 September is Agri met veilings op Gobabis en Karasburg, Blouberg met 'n veiling op Grootfontein, die WLA met 'n grootvee veiling op Hoogveld. Op 28 September het Agri veilings op Otjiwarongo en Keetmanshoop, Karoo Oesh op Witvlei en die WLA het 'n grootvee veiling in Windhoek. Op 29 September is Blouberg met 'n veiling op Otawie en die WLA met 'n grootveeveiling op Gobabis. Vandeesweek se dagboek lyk dan soos volg. Tans vanaf 25 tot 30 September hou die Windhoekskou sy landbou en lewende hawe skou. Nou daar is sowat 400 beeste en 11 beesrasse ingeskryf. Daar is ook 'n kleinveeskou en 'n pluimvee-uitstalling terwyl die Feedmasterbank Windhoek jeugkompetisie ook aangebied sal word. 27 September is dit die Vroue in Landbouberaad, 'n jaarlikse geleentheid wat vroueboere en rolspelers dan nou byeenkom. Vanjaar gebeur dit dan nou by die Nasionale Theater van Namibië in Windhoek. Op 29 September hou die Namibiese Vrouevereniging in Kois asook die Kois Boerevereniging 'n boere- en markdag. Vleispryse vir die week van 22 September, slagpryse by abattoirs redelik onveranderd. Grade A, B en B het dan nou by Meatco in Windhoek tussen $61 en $62.50 per kilogram. Verkoop beefkor op Okahanya het vir die grade tussen $53 en $60 Namibiese dollar per kilogram betaal. Meatco in die noordelike kommunale gebiede by Katima Mulilo en Rundu het dan nou vir die grade tussen $33 en $47.50 betaal. C-grade, Meatco in Windhoek $60 Namibiese dollar, beefkor op Okahanya $53 tot $60 Namibiese dollar per kilogram en in die noordelike kommunale gebiede het Meatco tussen $32 en $47 per kilogram vir C-grade betaal. Veilingpryse dan nou 'n bietjie laer weer eens van dese week. Tollies wat dan nou vir 'n gemiddelde prys van $28.53 per kilogram verkoop is, verse $26 en 4 sent, stoorosse $26.81, stoorverse $24.95, slagosse $29.09, slagverse $26.22. Koeie maar tot en met vet vir $18.71 tot $28.64 per kilogram. Slagbulle vir $24.76, koeie met kalwers $10.550. Slagskape dorpers vir $27.81 per kilogram, vetsterte vir $28.09 per kilogram. Bokke dan nou per kop vir $1.131.